Today we're going to be doing a video about the G87 M2. Behind me here, as you can see right behind me, it's going to be the G87 M2 in Brooklyn Gray. And we're going to hear different exhaust setups. One with their equal length mid-pipe, along with their new rear box for the M2. So definitely stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of content about this exhaust setup and also how it sounds with the stock box. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are actually in Miami, right? We're here at Active Autowerke. And we're meeting up with Rob because Rob told me, hey Ken, we have something new for the G87 M2 and I want you to check it out. And it's something that we're going to be looking at today. So Alan, if you would just check down here, this looks very familiar, right? We've seen it on F8X platform. We also see it on the GX platform with the G80s, G82s. And what you guys are looking at right now is the equal length mid-pipe for the G87 M2. So Rob, let's talk about this. I know that I'm a huge fan of the equal length, and we also need to tell people that, you know, to be honest, it has to go with what you think sounds good, because sound is subjective, right?
Exactly.
You may like something that I may not like what he likes, you know, vice versa. So what do we have today?
Well, like all the models that, the M models that come out, the G87 is the latest one, and we know that we had to somehow get an equal length on there. And surprisingly enough, it's quite similar to the G80 platform. And when I first heard this thing, I was blown away. I think it's just awesome. I thought the G80 was quiet, but the G87 is even quieter for whatever reason. I don't know why. But this really brought it alive, and it's a very clean, exceptional sound. And I think anybody that gets this system will be extremely happy.
I think in the beginning you called me. You're like, hey,
yeah,
you have to check this out because this sounds better than the G80
yeah,
M3.
For me, for the first time I heard it, I was like, man, this thing sounds incredible in comparison to like the G80 or even the F80s. And for whatever reason,
do you guys think
can't
it's maybe
figure it out why? It's almost the same length. Everything. I mean, it actually could fit on the G80. It's not an exact fit, but it's very close, closer than the F bodies were in the F87 versus the F80. But for whatever reason, it just sounds,
I think you were saying to
in
me,
my opinion, the best that I've heard.
Maybe because the shorter wheelbase, but also too, you did mention one thing that was probably talked about on the forums, is that this almost looks like an exact fit. Mm-hmm. But the only thing is, if you guys are trying to put the G80, G8X platform equal length onto the M2, you're going to have some fitment issues.
You're going to have some fitment issues for sure.
So
they're going to be 100% perfect. So be aware of that.
So think twice before you want to take that route, because we all know you spend hard-earned money on buying mods. You want something that fits correctly, because over time you're going to hear rattles, or you may have exhaust leaks.
Exactly.
Right? So I think we're going to be blessed today to hear two different setups, right? One with a stock box, right? We're also going to hear how this sounds paired up with your rear box, right?
Yeah, we built a new rear box for this car too, just like we did on the F87. And I think together they're really, really nice. The customer that has a prototype on there is extremely happy. And he says it's like beautiful all around, cruising, you know, wide open. He says it's just perfect. And
I will say though, I already heard it before, because we just filmed this towards like the middle portion of the day, and it sounds incredible. I'm not gonna lie, sitting in the car when Alan was driving it, between the stock factory burbles, it just hits. It's pretty undescribable. It doesn't sound like the G80. It sounds deeper, and,
right.
And I don't know. It's hard to kind of like to give you guys an exact answer, but we're gonna hear more of this. Stay tuned. All right, so we're here with George. George is the one that owns the G87 M2. That's basically being the development car for the equal lane mid-pipe. He's been here all day, so I wanted to get his opinion about what he thinks about the platform and also what he thinks about the setup of the car now, because I know they're running the full active setup, which is basically the catted downpipe, and we'll have him talk about the rest. You have the G87 M2. How do you like it?
So far, I'm loving that car. It's a perfect daily driver car. I come from a Supra before, which was a little small. So this car ticks all the boxes for the necessities that I need for a daily driver.
And then with the car itself, right? It's different, right? Because it's a two-door car. You said it was bigger, right? And the Supra, I've sat in the Supra. It's kind of small in there, right?
Yes, definitely is.
What do you think about the power delivery? You were talking about your previous Supra. You had a whole bunch of mods done, right?
So on the Supra, I have full bolt-ons. I had it tuned on stage 2. I was running ethanol from time to time. But as far as power comparison goes, even though the M2 is a heavier car, it definitely has that power band in the higher end of the spectrum.
And you've owned the M2 for about a month, and you're already modding the car, right?
Yes, so I have a month into the car, and so far I have the full Active Autowerke exhaust setup. I'm looking into getting intakes. Eventually I want to tune this car as well. And so far, I'd say it's just as fast as the Supra was with all the mods.
Gotcha. What everybody wants to hear is, what do you think about the exhaust setup? How does this sound to you? You've owned it, right? You've had it on for about, what, a couple weeks already?
It's been on the car for about 2 weeks since I've been using it. I'd say it woke the car completely. As most of you guys know, these G80 platform cars, when they come stock, they sound pretty quiet, but this setup just woke it up completely.
And I gotta agree, because I sat in his car when we did a couple polls before it started pouring. We're gonna be back out there later, and it does sound really good, especially with the ZF8 speed. As you shift, you feel it, and also you hear it, especially with the pronounced exhaust tone now. So again, stay tuned, there's gonna be a ton of footage, and I wanna thank you for your time for telling us how you think about the new platform.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, it's been another long day. I know for myself and also the customer that was waiting for his prototype G87 M2 setup. But I'm hoping you guys got a good representation of how this sounds. For me, it sounds incredible. I know if you guys are looking for a high quality exhaust system, whether it's the mid-pipe, which cancels 2 of the resonators, right, in cats, right? And that's gonna allow you to have that S58 tone. So Rob, how soon can people order them?
Oh, we can get them right away. We pretty much have them ready to go.
Yeah, so you guys don't have to wait. So definitely, I'll leave their link in their website down below. You can purchase one from there. And if you guys have any questions, the guy behind the camera can answer all the questions.
Yeah,
Alan.
Alan's already here.
Alan.
Give me a call, send me an email.
Alan
Alan at Active Autowerke.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then anything else to say to people?
Thank you, the guys at Active Autowerke, for making this possible. The car sounds incredible, as you've seen in this video. And again, I'm excited for the future plans with this car.
Oh, that means he got more mods coming. Don't tell his girlfriend.